The year is 627 CE. The location is the sun-scorched valley of Mecca. You are standing at the absolute epicenter of a cultural and spiritual earthquake. The sky is a pale, searing blue, and the heat radiating from the jagged, black basalt mountains that surround the city is a physical, suffocating weight. We are completely discarding the cinematic myths of endless, empty sand dunes and primitive wanderers. At this exact moment in history, Mecca is a thriving, ruthless, and incredibly wealthy mercantile republic. It is a city run by an elite aristocracy, the Quraysh tribe, who have mastered the most treacherous and lucrative trade routes on the face of the earth. Using advanced historical geography, surviving economic ledgers of the ancient caravans, and profound archaeological insights into the early Arabian Peninsula, we are going to embark on an unprecedented journey. We are not just exploring a single day, we are going to track the blinding speed of a civilization's rise through the three cities that defined it. Imagine managing a monopoly on global spices, forging a brand new egalitarian society in the shade of a palm oasis, and peacefully inheriting the marble palaces of the Byzantine Empire. This is the dawn of a new world order. The morning begins in the heart of Mecca. You wake up in a multi-story house built of heavy, dark stone and baked mud. The architecture here is incredibly dense and practical, designed to maximize the precious shade in a valley that acts like a natural stone oven. You belong to the elite. You are walking down to the Dar al-Nadwa, the ancient assembly house where the leaders of the Quraysh gather to dictate the fate of the Arabian economy. Mecca produces absolutely nothing agricultural. It has no rivers, no fields of wheat, and no vast orchards. Its entire survival and immense wealth depend on a single, flawless logistical operation: the winter and summer caravans. You stand in the central market, near the ancient sanctuary of the Kaaba. The air is thick with the dizzying, expensive scent of Yemeni frankincense, crushed cardamom, and cured leather. Hundreds of massive, heavily laden camels are being prepared for the journey to Gaza and Damascus. You watch the aristocratic cavalry training on the outskirts of the city. Among them are the men of the Banu Makhzum clan, the absolute martial elite of the Quraysh. You watch a young, brilliant tactician named Khalid al-Walid. He is riding a purebred Arabian horse without a saddle, guiding the animal entirely with the pressure of his knees while wielding a heavy iron lance. The equestrian skill is breathtaking. Khalid and his clan are the protectors of this immense wealth. They are proud, fiercely independent, and incredibly resistant to the new faith of Islam that is currently sweeping through the region. They rely on their unmatched military genius and their deep ancestral traditions. But the winds of the desert are shifting, and the greatest tactical mind of Mecca is about to undergo a profound transformation. The timeline advances to the year 630 CE. The sun reaches its absolute, blinding zenith. The location shifts 270 miles to the north. You have left the barren rocks of Mecca and entered a staggering, vibrant, emerald green paradise. You are in Yathrib, now known forever as Medina, the city of the Prophet. The contrast is breathtaking. The air here is entirely different. It is cooler, carrying the sweet, earthy scent of damp soil and the gentle rustling of millions of date palm fronds. Medina is a massive, sprawling agricultural oasis, heavily fed by deep, cool underground wells. You walk through the bustling aswaq, the markets of the city. But the social fabric you see here is radically, undeniably different from the strict aristocratic hierarchy of Mecca. Medina is an experiment in absolute egalitarianism. The local farmers, known as the Ansar, the helpers, have seamlessly integrated with the Muhajirun, the emigrants who fled the persecution in Mecca. They share their homes, their wealth, and their crops. You do not see men flaunting imported silks or demanding tribute. You see a society bound together entirely by a shared devotion and a revolutionary new code of law. You walk toward the absolute center of this new world, the Prophet's Mosque. Do not picture a towering structure of marble and gold. The original mosque is a masterpiece of humble, pure functionality. It is a large, open-air courtyard enclosed by a simple mud brick wall. The roof on the southern end is made entirely of woven palm branches, supported by the raw, unhewn trunks of the date palms. The floor is simply clean, swept sand and pebbles. Yet, the administrative and logistical power radiating from this shaded courtyard is reshaping the globe. You see men sitting on woven mats, meticulously drafting diplomatic letters to the emperors of Persia and Byzantium. And sitting among the commanders is Khalid ibn al-Walid. He has traveled to Medina, he has completely surrendered his former opposition and embraced the new faith. The man who was once the greatest threat to the Muslims is now sitting in the shade of the palm trees, utilizing his brilliant, unparalleled strategic mind to organize the new armies of Islam. The Prophet has bestowed upon him a title that will echo through all of military history: Saifullah, the sword of Allah. You watch as Khalid inspects the armor of the Fursan, the elite cavalry. They are not a chaotic, disorganized desert horde. Under his guidance, they are becoming a highly disciplined, incredibly swift, and motivated military machine. They are polishing chainmail hauberks and sharpening Wootz steel blades imported from India. They are preparing to secure the borders of the Arabian Peninsula. The energy in Medina is electric. It is a city that produces dates and barley, but it is forging an administration that will soon govern continents. The timeline advances once more to the year 636 CE. The afternoon shadows grow long, casting a golden hue over the landscape. The location is Damascus. You are no longer in the deep desert. You have arrived in a metropolis of classical antiquity, a jewel of the Byzantine Empire. You stand before the massive, towering stone gates of Bab Shaki, the eastern entrance to the city. The architecture here is a staggering display of Hellenistic and Roman engineering. The streets are perfectly straight, paved with massive, heavy limestone blocks. Towering, fluted Corinthian columns line the avenues. The air is cool and fragrant, carrying the distinct, intoxicating scent of blooming jasmine and the constant, soothing rush of the Barada River, which is expertly channeled through complex stone aqueducts directly into the city's countless public fountains and private courtyards. The Muslim armies, led by Khalid ibn al-Walid, have completed an impossible, legendary march across the waterless Syrian desert to reach this incredibly fortified city. But you are not looking at a scene of destruction. You are witnessing a masterclass in swift, peaceful administrative transition. You walk into a grand Roman-style courtyard. The floor is covered in millions of tiny, perfectly set mosaic tiles depicting geometric vines and rivers. Standing in this magnificent room are the elite commanders of the Arabian desert, their leather boots stepping softly on the Byzantine mosaics. Khalid is sitting at a wooden table surrounded by local Christian bishops and the civic leaders of Damascus. There is no shouting. There is an intense, respectful, and highly calculated negotiation taking place. Khalid is dictating the terms of the city's surrender. He does not bring ruin. He brings a highly sophisticated written guarantee of safety. A scribe is writing out the treaty on a sheet of fine parchment. It is a document of profound historical importance. Khalid guarantees the safety of the citizens' lives, their property, and their wealth. More importantly, he explicitly guarantees the absolute protection of their churches and their right to practice their faith uninterrupted, in exchange for a simple, standardized tax known as the jizya. You watch the local Byzantine administrators, men who have spent their lives navigating the complex, highly bureaucratic politics of Constantinople, nodding in agreement. They realize that the new rulers are not barbarians. They are pragmatic, highly organized administrators who value the infrastructure, the agriculture, and the stability of the city above all else. By sunset, the transition is completely secured. You walk out of the courtyard and back onto the grand colonnaded street of Damascus. The city is functioning perfectly. The local bakers are still pulling fresh bread from their ovens. The merchants are still trading silk and olive oil. The massive water wheels on the river continue to turn, filling the aqueducts. But the geopolitical reality of the world has just permanently, irreversibly shifted. You look up at the fading light of the sky. In the span of a single generation, you have witnessed a people transition from merchants in a rocky, isolated valley to the builders of an egalitarian oasis, to the supreme governors of the greatest cities of antiquity. Khalid ibn al-Walid and the early commanders did not just conquer territory, they seamlessly absorbed the knowledge, the architecture, and the systems of the ancient world, laying the absolute foundation for a golden age of science, trade, and culture that would span from Spain to India. History is not just a collection of borders moving on a map. It is the breathtaking story of how humans adapt, organize, and brilliantly reshape the globe when fueled by a unified vision. The empires of Rome and Persia had stood for centuries, but the speed and precision of the desert's expansion completely redrew the boundaries of human possibility. This video is brought to you by the Paladin Learn History app. Scan the QR code to learn more history.